Hello and welcome. My name is Merely Adequate, and you're here to learn about 5 simple elevators. Let's get going. Now, I know it feels like cheating by calling Scaffolding my first elevator, but I really want to point out that for many reasons, it is absolutely the best elevator you can choose in the game. Let me just point a few of those reasons out real quick. Speed is definitely one of the downsides, but you can go up like all the elevators will be able to. You can go down, unlike some of the elevators. You can stop at any point and get off. And you can even add to it going out left or right. These are features that not all the elevators can boast. Speed and look are probably the only 2 things, and also the cool factor. There's no cool factor to Scaffolding. But other than that, it really is the best option for elevators. So whenever you're considering elevators, think about it. If you need it for the function, think more about the Scaffolding. But if you're looking for something maybe more interesting, I've got 4 more options for you. The second option is the bubble elevator. Oh, what a classic. I think everybody that's been on Minecraft for a while has probably attempted this at least once, but some of you haven't. So let's give this a quick look. The way this works is soul sand at the bottom of water sources, not flowing water, but water source blocks, will create a bubble elevator or a bubble column that pushes you up. And if you use magma cubes, it creates a bubble column that pulls you down. So this combination, you can go up and down. I would usually use 2 different columns for this. There are redstone devices that will let you push back and forth and change your single column into one or the other. I would actually discourage this. They're super cool machines and they're really fun. Actually, I would encourage you to build one for fun, but their practical use isn't great. You end up just like bobbing up and down in the water, slowly rising, because it takes a while for all the blocks to convert from down to up. So for practical reasons, I wouldn't encourage that, but you should try it. It is a fun build. The positives to this are that it's very quick. The negatives is it takes a little while to actually build a couple resources. You need nether resources to actually make this work. And also it takes a good bit of redstone mechanics to stop on each level that you want to stop on if it's not a one-way elevator or a one-stop elevator. So those are the negatives. Let's do a quick little build on this so I can teach you a couple of the mechanics. First, you need a column of blocks. Now, whether you're digging straight down into the earth or whether you're using glass blocks, glass panes, any solid block, whatever you choose, anything that can hold the water column without it spilling out is just fine. We're just going to use the glass box for visibility here. Next, we're going to need an entrance. It can be as tall as you want, but we're just going to do a couple here, and we'll need a couple walls. And the reason for the walls is we need a way to contain the water from spilling out. If you see back here, I have some gates, I have signs, buttons, ladders will work, trapdoors will work. Anything that will stop the water but still allow you to go through are just fine. Okay? Once we have this, what we're going to want to do is drop down water from above. You could, one at a time, place a bucket of water on each level all the way up, because as I said earlier, it has to be water source blocks, not flowing water blocks. But that's tedious. So here's what most people do. Let's go up to the top real quick. We'll have water flow down from above. Once you have your flowing water, see there's only one source block at the moment, you can use kelp. It'll grow on dirt, grass blocks, and you can start going up with it. And it turns the flowing water into water source blocks. Good? Okay, you can go back down. We'll break out the kelp. Great. Now it's all water source blocks. One way you can tell is that the items float up to the top rather than being pushed down by the flowing water. And then we want to soul soil, not soul sand. Oh, I said it wrong. Oh, please don't let me confuse you. Soil sand. I'll put it on big letters here on the screen. Soil sand, not soil. Whew, that's hard to say. Okay, right down here, And there you go. That is basically all that is needed to make the basic column work. And here you go, flying up. And then you can choose your method of going down. You see there's also a method here at the back of this one. You can just drop down into water as a quick down method. It's actually faster than the magma blocks or magma cubes block, yeah. Yes, but that's really all you need to know. A containment system, solid water, holding back the water at the entrance, and soul sand. I'm gonna make a video a little bit later showing how to stop on each level, and then I'll come back here and tag it so that you know in the future. If you see this in the future, then you should hopefully have a tag on the screen, maybe now, hopefully now, that will show you how to do a level by level stop on a bubble elevator. Okay, great. Number 3 is the Honeyvator. It works almost identical to the Bubble Vader. Even if you see back here, you'll see we've got containing blocks going all the way up. We've got soul sand down there at the bottom with all the water being water source blocks all the way up. But the difference here is you don't go into a column, you don't go inside the bubble water elevator to use it. Because honey is not a full block, whenever you squeeze into this corner, you are actually touching the water. And because of that, you start going up. Ready? And go. And there we are, rising up. I am a huge fan of the Honeyvator. I use it quite a bit. The reason why is because it's easy up. It's also easy down, a safe down. I mean, you could just drop into water below like this as well, just like on the regular Bubble Vader. But another one here is there's an easy, you can basically get off of the Honeyvator at any point. Now it takes a little bit of work to knowing how to use it. I actually had to practice a little bit to be able to enter and exit correctly. But once you got it down, it's beautiful. It's really simple. Those are all the positives I just told you. The biggest negative is that's a lot of honey blocks. I mean, a ridiculous amount of honey blocks. If you've ever had to farm honey blocks, you know this is going to take you a while. So maybe you don't do this on the first day of Minecraft, yeah? Okay. Other than that, I love the Honeyvator. Number 4, the Minecart Elevator. If you get into a minecart while sitting, you can click on a different minecart and move directly from there to there, like super fast. And then if you stack them, you can just go boom, boom, boom. Ready? You're gonna give it a try? You're gonna go in, we're gonna look up, and I'm just gonna click, 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 and I'm here at the top. Super fast, really amazing. It's a little expensive for minecarts, and there's not really a down method, but it's a really fast elevator. You can do something similar to this with boats. If you're floating up in the air, let's say that's in midair. If you're in the air and you put a solid block on top of the fence, and then put a boat on top of the block, and then break the block, the fence will just sit there. And then you can stack those up as high as you want. I'm showing you the minecart one because this one's a little clunky. Sometimes this fence gets in the way when going up, but you don't need a containing wall or anything because the minecarts can fall out. So you don't need a containing wall for this one. But I don't like it, and I don't really use it because, like I said, it kind of gets in the way here with the fence post. If I just show you how to make this first level, you'll be able to make it as high up as you want. So down here, what I have is a minecart, and I've already removed it from its tracks. So if you don't know how to do that, you put down a track, you put down a minecart, you probably need to get down one block, and you can barely see, there you go, the track right there, break it, and there you go. It's less likely, it can move, see, I can move it, but it moves less likely if you've removed the track. So I put that down there, have it contained on most sides. I personally put this trapdoor here just to make it easy for me to get in, but you can do anything really that holds it in place. And let me take care of this one, and let's remove it. That way I can show you what we're going to do. So you're going to need to put down a ladder. Where? Where are you going to put down the ladder? Well, You have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then on the 5th block, you put down a ladder, okay? It's not glass because ladders don't go on glass. Okay, then above that, you're gonna put down a solid block. Then you're gonna put down a rail. Then you're gonna put down a minecart. And then you're going to break the solid block. And it sits perfectly right there on the ladder. And then I'm going to contain it with a block just so it won't for some reason fall out. I have had them fall out before. And that is it. That's all it takes. I mean, it allows a lot of iron, obviously, but that's all it takes. And then you are good to go. You don't have to do it every 4, but you can't do it higher. You can do it every 3 or every 2. But yes, that is the maximum distance between them that you can use. And this is the one I've been waiting to show you. It's the first one with redstone, the only one with redstone, but it's like the most simple redstone possible, but it's super amazing. You want to see it in action? I'm not even going to tell you what it is. Let me show you how it works in action. Okay, I push the button, wait a second, and aha! I'm at the top! As you probably already guessed, this is an ender pearl transporter. Yeah, they are able to be used in Bedrock, but they're quite a bit different than they are in Java. If you see here, I have a little mini bubble vader, just one water block tall, and I have honey on top and a piston. And this will obviously use up your pearl each time, so you may want to have like a stash of pearls over here on the side if you're going to use this regularly. To prime this, all you need to do is stand on top of the honey, move all the way into the corner, look straight down, and throw your pearl. And it is primed and ready to go. Here I have this half slab. You do need a half or full block of space here so that the pearl won't just run into the ground. It does look like it's bobbing on the ground, but it's actually not. It's whenever you throw it, it goes down into the space of this block just ever so slightly before it just sits there and bobs after that moment. And then all we have here is we're using alternating torches all the way up so that whenever I hit the button, it switches the piston to shove outwards, pushing the pearl and activating it and bringing me up here. That is it. That's how it works. I'll go down on the ground and do an actual step-by-step tutorial for you, just in case there's any confusion so that you know how to build this. Let's start with the torch tower. Really all the goal is that we're trying to end up with the redstone torch to be off at the top. So if we just put one alternating, and take a look, the torch is on there. So if we break the bottom one, the torch is off, and this will be a working tower that we can use, and we just put the button right there. Now you can fudge this a little bit, but let me show you how I built it. I put a block there beside it with the piston here, so that when that lights up, it moves this direction. Okay? Then, not here, but just below, we want the soul sand, okay? But then we're going to need to contain around it, okay? Because we're going to put water there. There we are, a one tall bubble column. Then on top of that, you're going to want to put your honey block. See? Okay, and the last step is what I told you about the half slab. You can either remove this and put something down here, so you have a full block of space, or you can put a half slab there. And I like this one because it's easy to get out of whenever you teleport here. And that is basically it. If we prime it, as I told you, standing here in the corner, looking straight down, and throw it, and then add a button, which I totally forgot. So let's grab a button right here. Then we are off. And that is it. That's how it works. As always, if you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, please leave them below. I'd love it if you leave a like or subscribe. That'd be super amazing. All that YouTube stuff. But other than that, I hope you have enjoyed this episode, and I hope that you found it adequate.